The top is from the student store here at the University of Alabama. You can go inside and get one of these. And then they also should have some more Lank merchandise dropping this week at the University of Alabama. You can go to the soup store. I think there's a store at Bryant-Denny Stadium as well. And if you want to support the players, you can go to Athletes Thread and check out their gear as well. So you can, for example, go to Athletes Thread, type in Jalen Milroe, Ryan Williams, some gear will pop up. You can order it and support your players. I appreciate you guys doing that. And I appreciate you guys supporting me right here on Bama Football on YouTube. This is what I do for a full-time basis. I'm not sponsored. Trust me, I'm not a part of the university, though I live in Tuscaloosa. This is all my own gig right here. So becoming a fan funder for only $2.99, I appreciate it. For the super chats, I appreciate it. And thank you so much for being here right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I'm going to take some calls today. When you do see this light up, that means the call-in line is open, and you guys can call in and catch up with me right here on Bama Football on YouTube. But hang on, we got some things to go through, and I appreciate you guys being here today. If you roll Tide, remember, hit the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. Chris, thank you so much for being here, man. All right, look. Why does Alabama win this game? Other than just being more talented than Western Kentucky, I think there's a lot of parameters that go into each week in the preparation. If you were able to watch the Hey Coach show last night on the Crimson Tide Sports Network, you get an idea of the mindset of Coach Kalen DeBoer and Jalen Milroe. We've seen so many interviews, but I love how humble he is. I love the fact that he understands kind of the process of where he's been since taking over for Coach Saban and building onto that foundation. Jalen Milroe is about to have a monster year, but I look to this team in terms of the coaching and the leadership. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for the leadership to kind of gel together in this beginning part of the season. I don't think that's been the case. I mean, you look at Jalen Milroe, you look to Tyler Booker, you look to Malachi Moore, you look to Deontay Lawson. Each four of those guys share the same characteristic in terms of a guy who played under Coach Saban, knows the process, knows what it takes to be a leader on and off the field, is a great ambassador of the University of Alabama. You know what? The best thing that I heard from Jalen Milroe was last night when he talked to his family and said he's coming back for this coming season. He's already graduated, but to have his master's degree, right? Like, NFL stands for not for long. I didn't make that up. Coach Saban did. I love that mentality. Continue to better yourself each and every way. I love it. Caitlin, what's going on? I see you in the house. Luke, what's going on from Weaver? Kevin coming in. I hope your shoulder's doing well. Chris coming to us from Florida. Max Tooney, what's going on? Rodney Tuberville up in the house. Robert Shore Jr., I appreciate you. Thank you very much to everybody else inside the Undefeated. If I didn't call you out, hold it against my head, not against my heart. But I think from the leadership standpoint, I think this team is at a really good space. And then you start to look at the systematics and kind of the schematics of this team. And we're going to talk about the Alabama offense in this video. I have some screenshots about 10 personnel, 11 personnel, and the different sets that you'll see this coming weekend against Western Kentucky, I would assume. I think overall, the hunger factor. Like, this team is hungry to get out on the field. And not only everybody's hungry at this point in time in terms of like playing a team with a different colored jersey, there's so many naysayers that don't feel that Alabama can continue what they've always done here under Coach Saban. A lot of people don't feel that this is going to be the same type of program. A lot of people feel that Alabama football is now vulnerable, that it was Coach Saban that was just keeping this program alive. People are about to learn. And this team is about to set the tone in week one. That's why I'm really hoping that Coach Kalen DeBoer honestly just blows Western Kentucky out of the water. Like, no stops. Like, don't even look at the scoreboard. And that's not being unsportsmanship. I just think, like, go heavy from the jump. Go heavy week 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, go heavy. Let people know. I appreciate you guys. Luke saying 16-0. And the more that I think about it, and I have a question for you, Undefeated, inside the comment box. You know, I was talking to someone last night. I was like, do you honestly think this Alabama team will lose? And they said yes. You know, I've thought about Alabama losing a game or two this year. I mean, it's a grind. Teams are good. It's a tough road schedule. But I think the team that is going to be able to beat Alabama has to have more offense than them. Which offense right now in college football, or which offense right now on the schedule, can outscore Alabama? On paper, I don't think there's one of them. Let me ask you, who are the top 3 offenses in college football right now? Cedric, what's up, man? I see you inside the comment box. This is a different world of college football. Last night I played NCAA football. The score was like 70 to 60 some. The grass basketball. Caitlin, I agree. Which team can outscore Alabama on the offensive side? Think about it. Let me know inside the comment box. I asked you yesterday, too, to make a prediction between Colorado and North Dakota State. Yo, North Dakota, don't sleep on those teams from North Dakota. North Dakota or South Dakota, they play football. I think that, what was the line, like 9? We'll see that game tonight. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, and just hit 107,000 subscribers right here on Bama Football on YouTube, which is absolutely incredible. So thank you very much for that. Brian is saying in terms of the offense, Bama, Texas, Ohio State. Throw in Oregon like Kevin did. I think you have it, man. Earl Dixon, Roll Tide, thank you for all your hard work. Yeah, man, you know what? This is a labor of love, and every single video comes from my heart. Am I going to mess up on some of the shows? 100%. You know, you might see a graphic. I might stutter. You know, sometimes I fight a little bit of a speech impediment that I have because I speak so fast. But I promise you, I'm trying my hardest to be a content creator, you know, full time. You know, I have my kids full time. It's just me and them. And, you know, I'm doing the best that I can. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I put a lot into the show, and I'm glad that we are here to talk college football. Some of those shows in the summertime, it's a little saucy because there's not a lot of content to talk about. 92-1. Let's get 92 thumbs up. Let's make the goal today 200 thumbs up on the show. I also am available on Spotify. Just type in Bama Football on Spotify. Also on Facebook, TikTok. All the news comes here right here. Bama Football on YouTube. Brent, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I like working too. Like I mean, this morning, you know, get the workout in, the daily grind. I like that sort of stuff. All right, let's move on. Okay, we got some weekend visitors, and of course, you can go to the recruiting sites for the complete breakdown. These are the guys that kind of jumped out to me, you know. But go support On3, 24/7, Rivals. Those guys do a really great job to kind of encapsulate what is happening each weekend in recruiting. I mean, honestly, those guys do an amazing job. Those guys have been in that space for a long time. I think that recruiting, the excitement has kind of dwindled a little bit just because of the world of college football. Like, the flips, and now with NIL, it goes back and forth. But come on, I mean, it still is exciting when you do get a commitment or a guy, you know, flips to your school, not to another school. But here's what we look at. Here are 4 guys that kind of caught my attention when I'm looking at the weekend visitors. So Jackson Lloyd, who's a 4-star offensive lineman, this guy's amazing. You look at his overall athleticism, that's what you're going to see under Coach Kapilovic, because these offensive linemen that are really athletic, very talented. So he's in town visiting from California. And then you have Micah DeBose, who's a 4-star offensive lineman out of LA. That's Lower Alabama to us. What's amazing about him is he's been committed, and I think that Ohio State is certainly really pressing on him. I think even a quarterback that's committed to Ohio State has been like, yo, man, flip. There's been some talk. I think he went up to Columbus. But, you know, on the flip side, Ryan Williams has done an amazing job recruiting Micah DeBose. You saw Ryan Williams literally introduce Micah DeBose before he got up this summer. That was one of the best things from the summer, right? And he introduced him. Then he commits on stage. I love that. That was really cool. I love to see it. So I looked at those guys. And I don't know if you caught the Hey Coach show last night, but Pee Wee, he was in attendance. You know, the guy who's always calls on the phone? He was there, like, at bomb hours. And I love his question. He was like, you know, he could talk about the running backs, the wide receivers. He's like, I want to talk about the offensive line. I want to be offensive line you. And I was like, damn, Pee Wee's good. Starts with the offensive line. You're not going to win any type of games without doing work inside the trenches. That's why I feel really confident about this year's Alabama team. You go across the board, we have a graphic coming up that will display the offensive line. You feel really confident about it. I mean, from left to right, feel good. And I know there could be some rotation at the tackle position. I love it. Bring it on. But Jackson Lloyd coming in, super athletic. Micah DeBose also will be here. A new name to watch is Xavier Corral. He's an in-state prospect. I think he's a 3-star running back at this point in time. 5'11", 200 pounds, in-state guy that'll come and check it out. I don't think a lot of people have an update about Turbo Rogers, and I know you just got AK Deer. But this will be an interesting recruiting process with Xavier Corral. Has anybody seen his highlight tape? He's pretty good. He's a big running back. I mean, 200 pounds. I still like the big, imposing type running backs. That's why I'm really excited to see Richard Young get opportunities this year. He's like, I don't know if he's close to 220, 215. Max, I was kind of thinking if he's a backup plan too for Turbo. I know. Let me ask you, Max, one-on-one. This is for Max and this is for everybody undefeated. Type Y if you think that Turbo stays with Alabama, or type N if you feel that he decommits. Italian Stallion, thank you for what you do, Kyle. I've been hurt since social media. A lot of Cecil hurt, so you give me something to look forward to. Yeah, RIP to the GOAT, man. You look at what Cecil Hurt did for the University of Alabama. The first thing that I realized when I moved here and I started following him on social media was the fact that he'd been covering Alabama athletics since 1982. Okay? I mean, over the course of your career, you earn respect by showing up at your job every single day. Now, did he have a unique style? Did he have a unique look? Yes. But was he ultra talented and did he tell the truth? Yeah. Coach Saban loved him. I think, honestly, he pretty much saved the Tuscaloosa News by himself. There'll never be another Cecil Hurt. I mean, there just won't. But all these guys, I've been watching these younger guys. I'm probably a little bit older than most of the guys on the beat. But you look at the talented beat writers that are coming up and kind of cutting their teeth. There's some really talented individuals. Think about like who's really good is Nick Kelly. Now working with AO.com. He's amazing. That video he put together was dope. Charlie Potter. That guy's like Ichiro, man. He shows up every single day. Just a really good worker for Bama Online. You look at Tony Tsoukalis, an incredible writer. So you look at kind of the next guys in line. Do a really good. You know who's a really good reporter? The young lady for the next round. She does a great job as well. Emily Grace, man, she does a great job. And then Katie Wyndham, she does a great job as well. Clint Lamb, he crushes it. So all those, that's kind of like the new wave. And a lot of those people are younger, but they're coming up and they're doing a really good job. Definitely go follow them. On the far right of this graphic right here, you got Caleb Cunningham. Man, have you watched this highlight tape? He's a dominator. This guy is, his highlight tape, you get him on the field next year with Ryan Williams. And I know you got Latsier Brooks coming in as well. Caleb Cutting, I would be like completely shocked if he comes in and he doesn't play right away. He's a game changer. He's visiting Ole Miss this week. I think they got Furman in town. He's still committed to Alabama. You saw the interview with Jamarcus Shepard last night. I love Shep. What a great dude. His energy kind of like spills over into me. I like him. You can read people's aura. He's got a good aura about him. He's a good person. Hardworking. Thank you, Marcus. You've seen the highlights. His highlights are unbelievable. Talking about Caleb Cunningham, who will be visiting Ole Miss this weekend. Not stressing it. Look, Ole Miss has the bag. He is from Mississippi, but you got two that are committed to Alabama, the top two from Mississippi. So people freaking out about like the in-state guys. We got next door neighbor, Mississippi. You got their 1 and 2. You got the best players who are available, period. M Champion, what's up, man? I see you inside the comment box as well. Thank you very much. Remember that speech that Shepard was giving this summer? Was it to Travis Smith? That was lit, man. And the mama in the background was like, preach, preach. That was fire. All right. Want to talk about the health of the University of Alabama, the football team. Look, this team overall, really healthy. Really healthy. And not a lot of teams can say that at this point in time, even though the season really hasn't even started. let's go left to right. I wanted to add some guys to this graphic because I didn't talk about Xavier Brown, and I always forget to talk about Jalen Hell because of his injury. So let's go left to right. So Jaden Roberts, he had surgery on his hand following Alabama's second scrimmage. Is he available this weekend? Absolutely. He'll be good to go, and that's coming from Coach Kalen DeBoer. Stephen Hicks, is rain going to happen on Saturday? You know what? I haven't checked the forecast on Saturday, other than it's going to be hot. It rarely rained on Coach Saban. The only time that I can think about watching a game with Coach Saban in the rain was in South Florida last year. And that was a rain delay. But other than that, it never rained on him for like scrimmages. It just didn't rain on Coach Saban. It was the weirdest thing. All right, Jam Miller, he was in a black jersey for, I don't know, maybe let's call it 10 days or whatever. He's good to go as well. Alabama's first team running back along with Justice Haynes. Xavier Brown, good to go as well. We don't know the exact injury that happened to his hand. He had a cast on it for a little bit, and then he was into kind of like a taped up situation. He'd be a first team starter as a freshman, which is amazing. That's crazy to think about, that a freshman could come over here and be a starter at Alabama. I get it. You know, maybe like a different school. No, I'm not throwing disrespect to any of the other programs out there, but like any freshman that steps on board. I have a teenage son, okay? To think about, like, in 3 years or 2 years, Caden's 15. Think about it. Ryan Williams is 17. That is just amazing. Jeremiah Alexander, I don't even know what the injury is with him. I don't know if it's a leg, an arm, back. I have no idea. I think he's questionable. I'll put him on the second, third team. Probably second team, Alabama's defense. But you have 3 inside linebackers that are ultra capable to be first team guys. Deontay Lawson, Jahad Campbell, Justin Jefferson. Justin Okoronkwo has been absolutely balling out. So hopefully Jeremiah Alexander gets up to speed at some point in time. I haven't heard that it's like a serious injury or whatever. I just think that he's just, questionable for this weekend. And then Jalen Hell. Look, he suffered an injury that I think was pretty significant. I think it's a leg injury. And him returning, we've never really had an update. I think he's out to where people aren't even really asking about him just because he's just out. Is that going to be the middle of the season? You know what? He posted an update himself on social media. Go follow him. He said he's making progress, and poor dude, because think about this. He caught for more yards last year than Kendrick Law. Oh, Jalen Hell's a baller, man. Oh, what coffee am I drinking? I go and I have a Keurig, and I just do Folgers. Sometimes I do like that black silk or whatever, but I just do like a normal Folgers coffee. Yeah, but I think, Jalen Hell's injury was pretty significant. I heard someone said that, it was his leg. There was a rumor that, there was an ambulance that had to come. I have no idea, like, physically what it was, other than the update that he provided himself was basically that he's making progress. And, so keep your thoughts and prayers with Jalen Hell as he makes his return. I'm telling you, think about these wide receivers, okay? Ryan Williams, Jalen Hell, Jaron Hamilton, Caleb Odom, Rico Scott, Amari Jefferson. Yo, that's wild. Don't think the wide receiver position is falling off over here. It's not. All right, let's talk more Alabama football. What I wanted to do was kind of go over the different sets that Alabama will have. Here's a 12 personnel set. I have a couple slides that I wanted to break through real quick. Let's start out right here with this 10 personnel set and kind of give you an idea of what Alabama's offense could look like under Coach Kalen DeBoer. Okay, look, we haven't even seen them play a game. I've been watching a lot of Washington. This is how Washington used some of their wide receivers. So let's kind of walk you through it. So this is a 10 personnel set, and what you're going to have is your 2 wide receivers. And I have no idea which wide receivers are going to get on board. I just, put the wide receivers there based on what we all know. You go to any website, whatever, it's probably going to look like this. Jeremy Bernard to the outside. Guy has a lot of experience, can be an absolute playmaker, 100%. And then you go with a guy like Kobe Prentice and the inside, right? Speed guy, slot type guy. Wilcom Formby, Jaden Roberts, Parker Brailsford, Tyler Booker, Caden Proctor, Jalen Milroe, and Jam Miller, okay? You got C.J. Dupree as your tight end, and you got Kendrick Law to the outside. So how could this look, within a set? So within this particular graphic right here, this is a 10 personnel set, and we'll go full screen. This is obviously a screenshot. So you have Michael Penix Jr., you have the running back in the backfield who's going to chip right here, that edge rusher. And the tight end right here is actually going to catch the pass. The tight end closest to you who looks like a slot wide receiver, you go back here to this set. See C.J. Dupree on the bottom left of your screen? So C.J. Dupree is going to come out, do like a 5-yard cut, and he's going to catch the football. That's kind of just how the set could look in this 10 personnel set, right? Marcus, I swear I did the same thing, Kyle. I watched a ton of Washington games from last season. Got a night. Yeah, 100%. I mean, go watch Washington, and you can kind of get an understanding of what they could do, and then pencil in the type of receivers or the running backs, right? So this is their 10 personnel set. So you basically almost like a 2 wides to each side, but with the tight end. And they'll use that tight end, I promise you. Jeremy Bernard on the outside, he will cause a lot of problems because of Jalen Milroe's deep ball accuracy. I promise you. Depending on where he's going. So, for example, like up top, if he's a top wide receiver up at the top of your screen, it's going to be a problem for anybody, considering that Jalen Milroe, has that incredible deep ball placement. All right, let's go to another slide. So let's look at, this is 11 personnel. So now you have a tight end down on the line. We already went through our offensive line. You have Kendrick Law to the side with the tight end. And then I put in, just to mix it up, I put in Cole Adams and I put in Ryan Williams. And I put Justice Haynes at the running back position, okay? So now you have a tight end who's going to chip block right here, and the wide receivers on the outside are going to run out, a swing pass from the running back. That's dangerous, right? So Ryan Williams closest to us, okay? On the outside, throw in Kendrick Law, throw in maybe a Cole Adams, the second wide receiver at the top, and then the running back, Justice Haynes. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be very, very dangerous. And you have C.J. Dupree right here, chip blocking. Okay, this is my favorite set, all right? Okay, let me tell you why. So this is called 12 personnel. 12 personnel, anytime you hear that, you have 2 tight ends on the field. You have C.J. Dupree, who I love, okay? And you have Robbie Oots out there. Okay, stay with me. Chris from New Jersey, what's up, man? I see you. You have Jeremy Bernard and Kendrick Law on the outside. Check this out. This is gonna get fun. Now, if they go into this 12 personnel set and they want to run a counter, if they want to run a power to the left side of the field, let me show you what it will look like. This is crazy. Okay. Okay, so we'll go full screen again on this screenshot. So what you have here is your 2 wide receivers on the top, right? So I put Kendrick Law on the top, and I put Jeremy Bernard down at the bottom. This tight end right here to the closest to us at the bottom of the screen, he's going to motion out, right? And in this formation, they actually have the running back in the backfield, almost kind of like in a pistol set. So what this running back is going to do, Robbie Oots, right? What's up, Antonio? I see you inside the comment box, man. Love you. Thanks for being here. So you're going to have Robbie Oots come over here and motion. Now, granted, Robbie Oots is 275 pounds, okay? All right? 275 pounds. All right? So when he's coming across, you're going to also pull Jaden Roberts, who is the guard on that outside, and he's going to kick out. You're going to have Caden Proctor down block. You're going to have C.J. Dupree down block. So think about this. You're going to have Jaden Roberts and Robbie Oots pulling, and this would be a power formation. And this would be like power to, let's say, the left tackle. So the running back's going to get the football, and he's going to run behind Caden Proctor, Robbie Oots, C.J. Dupree, and Jaden Roberts. You got what I'm saying? Man, this poor DN and this outside linebacker, RIP. That's going to be crazy, right? So that's the 12 personnel set. And again, this is what it looks like with the 2 tight ends out on the field. Coach Shepard told you yesterday, you can say what you want about the different wide receivers and who are the starters. I think it's going to be a mix of rotation. And Coach Shepard literally told you if the guy is hot, he's going to stay inside and keep playing. Romeo, right? And that formation's great. Yes. Think about Jam Miller. Think about like Daniel Hill at 240 running behind these guys. Man, this would be a great, let's say Alabama gets up, in their time possession. You could do a lot of things over here. Could you imagine if you start basically countering to that left, or you start running power to the left and then you do a little RPO and Jalen Milroe keeps it and he takes off the opposite way? Just saying. CJ Dupree, really good blocker. Caden Proctor, Tyler Booker, Brailsford. Jaden Roberts on a pooling? My man. Oof. That is just, that's scary to think about. All right, here's the injury report. Weekend visitors. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much, Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I'm going to open up the call line. You guys want to call in, chat with me. I appreciate you guys. We'll do score predictions tomorrow. So if you want to call in and do a score prediction, that'll be tomorrow on Friday. What I'm looking for, tell me why Bama wins this game. Give me your bold prediction. What I'm looking for in terms of like a bold prediction is like, what do you think, Brian Williams catches for 100 yards? That would be bold. He's going to get the ball, but like, is he going to catch for 100 yards? That's bold to me. Justice Haynes runs for 200 yards. That's bold. So let's go to the phone lines. We got an 832, and we'll take it right now. I think it's Free Mike. Free Mike calling in, and let's do it. Mike, what's up, man? I appreciate you coming with it, man. Welcome to the show. We got Mike from Austin.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you for having me. My bold prediction is this, Kyle. It's kind of a store prediction, but it's a bold prediction.
All right.
I think Alabama wins. I think they win, but not by much. I think Alabama wins by something like 42-35 or somewhere in there. This is why, Kyle, I'm kind of tempering my expectations a little bit. I've heard you mention it. I've heard some other Bama fans say we're going to go undefeated. That's crazy talk, man. Nobody's going to go undefeated. And honestly, if we're probably going to take 3 or 4 losses, Kyle, you're right, man. You're right about what you say. We definitely have the talent. We definitely have the coaching, but there's also a lot of major unknowns. Like, for example, we don't have Ryan Grubb anymore. He's been Caleb Killenborg's play caller since 2007. Now Nick Sheridan's going to be calling the plays. We got to see how much our offensive line improves. I think the potential's there, but we just got to see how our defensive secondary, man, it's really a major unknown. So I'm tempering my expectations just a little bit. So, Kyle, I think we win, but I think it's going to be a lot closer. I'm saying somewhere like 42-35, 42-38, because, TJ Finley, whatever, but he does have experience. He's been playing football like about 11 years now, and so he's been playing for a long time. So that's where we're at, Kyle. But overall, I'm tempering my expectations a little bit, but I realize we're still Alabama. I do realize that. You know what?
On the line with Mike calling in from Austin, his bold prediction is that the game is close this coming weekend. If you watch me stream NCAA football when it first came out, I turned on the game and I went into dynasty mode. Never hadn't played the game in 10 years. Me and Western Kentucky got into this crazy shootout, and I actually had to throw a Hail Mary to Ryan Williams to win the game. I don't, I can't see it being close, but I can see the secondary being tested. And what I mean by that is I think that they're going to grow up in a hurry. I think that Western Kentucky is going to try to throw the football. Good point, someone inside the comment box talking about the fact that Kane Womack has gone against T.J. Finley. It's amazing to see that T.J. Finley's still around, right? You saw him at LSU, saw him at Auburn, saw him at Texas State. Now he's at Western Kentucky. What else stands out when you look to this game? On with Mike from Austin. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, this game in particular, it's Kalen DeBoer's first game. Like I said, I do think we win. We're going to be off to a good start. But I do see Ryan Williams playing. I mean, just like you mentioned, that one coach said, we're going to play the hot hand. Whoever's ready to catch the ball, whoever's going to play in the moment, and it very well could be Ryan Williams. So I do think that he's going to play. But what I expect to happen is this, Kyle. I think we're going to have overall as a team, my bold prediction overall as a team is 350 rushing yards, because we have we got the running backs, man. We got the running back core, and we got Milroe. So, but speaking of which, Kyle, it's a new day for Milroe. The offensive line has got to be improved. They were pathetic at times last year. They've got to be improved. But if we get improved offensive line play, and thank God Tommy Reese has moved on. That was a curse on our program. Thank God he moved on. Now that Tommy Reese has moved on, it's a new day for Milroe. It's all about his confidence, and he's the man for the job. So, but that's my curse. But real quick, Kyle, before I let you go, real quick, buddy. The Florida and Miami game is coming up this year. This week. You know what's amazing to me, blows me away as a longtime football fan, that neither one of them two teams have ever been to the playoffs. Florida Gators and the Miami Hurricanes, between them two teams, they've never been to the playoffs. That's how far Florida football overall has fallen. That blows me away just knowing the history of both them two teams. But anyway, Kyle, I just love your show, man. I was happy about the football season being here among us, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks. It's always good to hear from you. Mike from Austin, man. Be safe on the road. I appreciate you calling in from your speakerphone this time. Kyle Anderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. Calling line is open 205-850-1994. We got Chris from New Jersey coming up next, and we got a 317 up in the 2 spot, and we have an available line open, 205-850-1994. When you call in, give me your bold prediction. Tell me why Alabama wins this game. We'll do score predictions tomorrow. That'll be our Friday show. I appreciate you guys being here. Also available on Spotify, Bama Football on YouTube on Spotify, also on Facebook, TikTok, X. I don't tweet a lot on X. I think there's, there's trolls everywhere, but like on X, it's, plus, there's enough people tweeting about Alabama football. Go support them up on X. All right, we go back to the phone lines, and we have Chris from New Jersey. Chris, what's up, man? Good morning. I appreciate you joining the morning show. Welcome on in, man, and take it away. And good morning to you, Javion. I see you inside the comment box. Chris, come with it.
Kyle, we need the free Mike emoji. He's been locked up too long.
Yeah, we need to fire it up. Yeah.
Listen. I'm a little too far away, so I'm calling on the undefeated. Somebody bake him a cake with a file in it, man. We got to get him out. His prediction is, I love Mike, but he's they're going to put up 60 points or more. He has to, DeBoer. First of all, DeBoer is here. Grubb was running DeBoer's offense, and I have a very good feeling about Sheridan, and we're gonna. First of all, so we got to take this offense out for a run. It's not going to be close. The defense is going to smother. I mean, we've already got to. They said they were game planning for Western Kentucky like a couple weeks ago. I don't know if anybody caught that on the Hey Coach show. Mm-hmm. So any points that they get, they may get a few points early, but very few. And any points they get is going to be at the end of the game when we have our subs in, and they might not even get points then because we're going to batter them. So we're going to have a 6 handle, so 60 something. I see these guys writing like 10-13. Let's just throw out 63-10. Kyle, and please somebody help Mike out. Does he need commissary money? Does he need some cup of noodles?
So Mike, long story short, Mike got locked up because he called on his cell phone in the show, threw him in, and then when he was talking to the judge in Austin, he said horns down, and that there you have it. So, but yeah, you know what?
He's going to be in jail for 20 years in Texas.
I don't know, because he's shacking up with Big Squishy. I don't know if he's kind of turning it to him, but 42-35, man, holy cow. Kevin saying 157 on with 65 likes. Get the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. What else you got, Chris? Do you have any other kind of bold predictions, or what else we're looking at?
And I hate to. Well, I think that Alabama has one loss for the season. They make it into the playoffs easily, and we know Milroe is going to win the Heisman, and we're going to the big show, and where DeBoer is going to be the first-year coach to win the national championship with Alabama. Forget losing to a subdivision champion like all the other coaches. Not going to happen. But, real fast, Kyle, I know we keep on talking about, like, how much we like this team and the undefeated. And, of course, Tyler Booker, he's still my favorite. But, the last interview, I want everybody to go and look at Deontay Lawson. That guy is going to be, first of all, 3 little letters, NFL.
Oh, my goodness.
He seems like, remember we said Malachi Moore is like the big brother of the defensive backs. Yep. But let me tell you something. I think Deontay Lawson is not only the big brother of the linebackers, but maybe the down linemen. And, Kyle, real fast, I know that we've had some players, even on the national championship team back in 20, is we've had some me guys, and generally me doesn't work out for we. Some guys have left and some guys have struggled, and I don't want to say any names, but this is do you notice every single player that is being interviewed, it's a we, and that is what wins national championships.
Yep, I like that.
What's his name? The running back from Pitt, Najee Harris. Mm-hmm. He didn't care. He didn't care if he got 5 touchdowns or no touchdowns, as long as they won. Mm-hmm. And the same thing with Devontae Smith. And the defense was so great that year, and the COVID year. But listen, this is a we team, and watch out for we teams, man, because I don't know what's going on.
Because they go all the way to the we championship game, right?
That's exactly right, Kyle. So, all right, listen, great show. We need the free Mike emoji back, Mike.
Yeah,
Mike, if you're listening, man, come on, we're going to send you some cup of noodles or some macaroni and cheese, because that prediction was horrible. But we still love you, Mike. So, all right, Kyle, listen, great show.
Appreciate
Keep up
you, man.
The great work. Best to the undefeated. I can't wait for Saturday. Are you going to do a watch party for Saturday, Kyle?
Yeah, we'll TBA. So just hit the notifications. We got you covered.
And I'm a loyal friend, Kyle. But these night shows, I'm in bed, brother. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So.
Yeah, I got it. Me too. I have 4:45. For me.
Have a great day. Best to the undefeated, and roll tide.
Roll tide. All right, that was our buddy Chris in New Jersey at 317 and the 706 coming up next right here on Bedman Football on YouTube. Yeah, I'm with Chris, man. Who's in the early morning crew? What time do you wake up? Is anyone waking up before Jalen Milroe to get to the gym? Hey, David in with the 20 spot, man. Yay. What's up, man? I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate the super chats, man. Thank you so much. Pay for the call-in line. Hey, if you want to sponsor the show, email me at impress@gmail. Imagine like your company graphic right there. Subway. The Subway Fresh line. Doesn't that already exist? Wendy's. When I start talking about food, that means I'm getting hungry. I do still like the Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich. There, I said it. Am I wrong for liking it? I don't think so. They just need to add a little bit of extra mayo to it. And they give you that really thin slice of lettuce. Oh, man. Jeff, I got you, man. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, good call. All right, 317, let's do it. Hey, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Come on, Kyle. This is Marcus from St. Pete, baby. What's up,
Marcus, man? What's up, man? I appreciate you. It's Thursday. Dude, Marcus, tell me this. Have these last couple of days, they kind of been dragging their feet, right? Like this week.
Oh, my God. Yes, man. I've been waiting for college football so bad. dying.
I know. Yeah, because even when I'm like show prepping, I'm like thinking the night before, like some points to hit on. And we've talked about what we need to talk about. That's why I'm even pushing score predictions to tomorrow. Because we've talked about what we need to talk about. And it's time for the pads to just start popping. So here we are. But we got a couple more days. But we do have football tonight. North Dakota State taking on Colorado. Yes. Who knows what could happen in that game? Missouri, I just kind of want to glance to see what they're running. I'll have it on dual screens tonight. But anyways, man, thanks for calling. And I appreciate you joining the show. Go ahead. Take it away, man.
Absolutely. So yesterday, I remember we on your show, something was mentioned about cancer. So I wanted to say F cancer. It's the worst thing ever. 2, Deer Hunter is in the chat, high school kid who has a football game tomorrow night. So let's all give Deer Hunter some support. But what I really wanted to talk about, man, was yesterday you guys thought the Milroe was going to throw for 300 yards. And I don't see it happening, man. I went back and did a little research. Jalen Hurts threw for 287 yards against Western Kentucky, and A.J. McCarron threw for 219. That's not to say that Milroe couldn't throw for 300, but I just don't see what would be the point. I mean, if Bama's up, 30, 40 points, and it's going late into the third, take out your starters. Keep them healthy. Get your backup some good playing time, some in-game playing time where they start to get that experience, especially if the D-line and the pass rush is there. If that Swarm D lives up to the hype that it's called the Swarm D, then let those guys fly, but get your starters out. I can't tell you how many times, not just as an Alabama fan, but just as a college football fan, I've seen teams blowing teams out of the water, and you still have your starters in, and then your starter gets hurt. Mm-hmm. I don't understand that logic. Like, take those guys out. Let them live to fight and battle another day. Don't risk your season on having your quarterback or your starting running backs or whoever it may be playing in the game where you're up 40 points. I understand the concept of finish, and, you want to execute with violent intentions, but you got to let those guys get out of the game and stay healthy.
Yeah, you know what? 2 good points. Number one, thank you very much for bringing that up about cancer, because we do have a fan inside the comment box. I don't know if she's watching right now, but Jenny, who is from Lufkin, Texas, she's battling stage 4 cancer. So that's why we put the ribbon that kind of honors, her fight and her struggles, and our thoughts and prayers are with her continuously as she continues her battle against cancer. So thanks for bringing that up. And then secondly, Kimberly, what's up? I see you inside the comment box. Thanks for joining us today. So if you want to, fan funders can hit that pink emoji. But anyways, just wanted to bring that to attention. Then, Deer Hunter, you have a game on Friday, man. Good luck to you. Enjoy it. There's nothing like Friday night lights. I was out at Calera this last Friday night. I love it. Like, the high school football season is here. It's cool. My son has a game Friday night as well. Northridge takes on ACA here in Tuscaloosa Academy. I think that when you look to, that's why I asked about Jalen Milroe throwing for 300. I think it's interesting. And what I'm watching too is if Coach Kalen DeBoer lets his first team play the entire 4 quarters, or if Alabama's up by, 2-3 touchdowns, you start to sub in some other guys on the back end. I would like to see more sub-ins, and I'll tell you why. I want, the cohesiveness and the continuity of these guys playing together for 4 quarters, but I also want experience. This season, we can't compute it yet. What's going to happen? Like, the grind of this season, you need your 2s, like 100%. Like, you need your 3s. These guys aren't just gonna, you need everybody for this type of season. Now, while I'm on the high side of the Alabama is able to outscore everybody that they play, you're going to need so much depth. So I love that point. And 300 yards against, I don't know, that I think Prize Picks has it on too. That's the number they put him at, 300 yards, more or less. I don't know. There's rat poison. What's up, Nate H? I see you inside the comment box. What else you got, man? Go ahead. Come with it, Marcus.
So I do think, I don't know what the other guy was talking about, but it's going to be a close game. I don't think the score will be close. Maybe it feels like a close game, but I don't think the score is going to be close. These are normally games where, you expect to handle your opponent decisively. Don't look past them, 1-0 season, all that coach speak. But I have a bold prediction, and it's not about the Alabama game, but it's about the Florida-Miami game. I think Miami's going to take it to these fellas. I really do. I think that if Utah can come into the swamp and beat the Florida Gators, then you can absolutely believe the Miami Hurricanes can go into a swamp and beat the Florida Gators. I don't care if they have DJ Lagway or that Graham Mertz is back and he's looking good. I think Miami is going to surprise a lot of people in the ACC, and I think Miami is going to beat Florida decisively. And Coach Napier's hot seat is he's going to be sitting in a bed of fire.
Man, they get off to a 0-1 start, Florida, against Miami, and then you look at that back end. I don't know how many games that Florida wins this season overall, right? That's the most challenging schedule in all of college football. Compound on the fact that if you lose the opener, you start to kind of trend downhill. You're right. Before you go, tell me quick thoughts on Colorado and North Dakota State. What are you watching? Any signs that the Bison come up with the upset tonight against Coach Prime?
I think it'll be a much closer game than most people are thinking, because North Dakota State University is actually like a really good program. I went back and watched some of their games too. But I listen to a lot. I absorb a lot of college football. I consume a lot of college football. Apparently, Colorado has done a lot to improve its O-line. They've done a lot on their defense. They brought in some, NFL Hall of Famers and veterans, which doesn't necessarily mean that they will be better, but they are giving them more techniques to work with, to more tricks to put into their bat, or more weapons in their arsenal. So I think Colorado pulls it off, and I think Colorado's going to look good doing it. I also think Shedeur Sanders is going to be in the running for the Heisman this year, contingent upon if Colorado's O-line can protect this guy, and he's not the most sacked quarterback in college football. I think Colorado gets it up, and Shedeur Sanders turns more hits than what he should.
Good call, man. I appreciate you joining us. I see you inside the comment box, man. Thanks for the continued support.
Absolutely. Roll Tide, Kyle.
Yeah, roll Tide to you, man. Marcus out from St. Pete's. I appreciate it. 706-601, you're up next right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Yeah, Colorado taking on North Dakota State. I'm actually in a fantasy football draft tonight with my buddies that I work out with. So there's 12. It's a 12-team draft. I'm pick number 2. It's a snake draft, so we'll continue to see how it goes. Hey, Jarvis, seeing you inside the comment box, I did get your email, so I didn't respond to you. Jarvis, listen, did everybody stop the music? Did everybody see the Verbo commercial with Coach Saban? Honestly, I love a good laugh. And there's sometimes even before my show to get me in a good mood, I'll watch just funny stuff. Like, it makes me laugh, like stuff about dogs or whatever, just funny things. That Coach Saban commercial, it was really well done. I was laughing, like truly, truly laughing. Who else was laughing? Did you see this? The commercial came out yesterday, Verbo. Man, they got his personality to the T. Look, there's been a couple of, like, the Affleck stuff, that he's done. Say what you want. He's pretty good at actor too. Okay. That commercial was so funny. I'm going to watch it after this just to laugh. That was hilarious, man. Thanks for sending it to me, man. Oh, and I like, what I also like too, before I take my next caller, is the new Dr. Pepper commercial, the Fansville. The newest one. It's great too. Those are our commercial rankings. Coach Saban and then Dr. Pepper. Man, I don't know if I could play it or not. I don't want to get like a copyright deal for like playing like a Verbo commercial. It's weird. There's different rules and parameters that you have to follow on this stuff, so I can't take chances. Just type in Coach Saban commercial. I'm sure it'll be the first one that pops up. It was so funny. Lisa, what's going on? I see you inside the comment box. Been a fan funder for 6 months? Ebony, what's going on? I see you as well. 448, what's up, man? I see you. Thanks so much. Amanda, Chad, go watch it, man. It is seriously, you'll be dying laughing. If you get in a bad mood, just watch it. All right, 706, let's do it. Hey, good morning. You're online with Kyle Henderson. Who am I online with and where are you calling in from?
Hey, Roll Tide, this is David.
What's up, David? Where are you calling in from, man?
Hey, I'm calling from Maryland. This is David from Maryland.
David from Maryland, I appreciate you. Thank you for calling from Maryland. I used to live in Washington, D.C. and in Virginia, and I love living up there. It was definitely a great time in my life. So I appreciate you calling from that area, and welcome on to the show, man. Take it away.
I'd like to say that why Alabama wins is because of the fact that they got better players, better coaching, and everything. So I'm not worried about them with Kentucky. And I think that once our defense get their hands on Western Kentucky
TJ Finley.
quarterback.
TJ Finley.
TJ Finley, yeah. They just get the call one time, he's going to be rattled.
That's one of the things that I'm looking forward to
I like
see in this particular game, too, is the quarterback pressure on TJ Finley. I'm looking because, we looked at the offense today. We didn't really talk about the defense. We've talked about it with Alabama kind of reconstructing their defense and running the 4-2-5 defensive front. And you have this wolf position who's designed to get after the quarterback. Think of Q Robinson, Keanu Coate, those type of guys. How are those guys playing in actual game situation going up against a really big quarterback? Can they take him down? What kind of pressure can they get? So I'm with you on that. David, continue.
Yeah, and I think that bandit. I think this is going to be an opportunity definitely for Overton to come in there and do some damage.
Yeah, and what David's talking about is the new bandit position, which is a very athletic defensive lineman. Think of a LT Overton, think of a Jamarian Lathan, think of a Keon Keeley, who I know we're all excited to see. How can these guys get to the quarterback in pass rushing situations, and what type of heat can they get? You know what? Also, in the scrimmage, the second scrimmage, it was Deontay Lawson and Jahad Campbell that were bringing pressure on Jalen Milroe right up the middle. In this new defense, these linebackers, these inside linebackers can play free. So I can't wait to see what type of pressure you can get kind of from all angles, but especially up the middle. Can you imagine Jahad Campbell just being turned loose? Like Chris was saying, one of his favorite players is Deontay Lawson. One of mine is Jahad Campbell. Make one more point, David, before I move to my next caller, please.
Yeah, I actually think that, honestly, these guys, when it comes to playing these weaker teams, they definitely do need to rotate to give second team some experience and even third team. So them guys will get their continuity as they go throughout the season, but they need to definitely gain experience. The longest that defensive line and Lawson and them do what they're supposed to, I think the DB is going to be fine because you got Fab and you got Malachi Moore in the back that's going to be putting them in the right position.
I appreciate the call, David. Thank you so much, man, and please call again.
You have a good one. Roll Tide.
All right, Roll Tide to you, man. This is David calling out from Maryland. We got a 601. You're up next. Kyle Anderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I really appreciate you guys following the show. I upload it in podcast form on Spotify, Bama Football on Spotify. So if you're on the go, whatever, you guys can check it out. I appreciate you guys. We finally have some college football tonight. Colorado taking on North Dakota State. And you might see me later on, depending on how that game is going. And JS Webb, you saw the commercial, right? It's so funny. It is like it's side splitting. It's not even like on a funny scale. It's like 10 out of 10. And I'm a harsh grader. Like it's funny. All right, let's take another call. We go back to the phone line, 601. Hey, what's going on? You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Good morning, Kyle. This is Jay from Texas now.
Jay, you're always going to be Jay from Pensacola to me, though, man. But it's fine. Yeah. Jay, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know if it flows the same. Okay, Jay calling in from Texas, now Texas. Man, we made it to the college football season, man. I can hear it in your voice, the excitement of where we're at.
Yes. I was so bored yesterday. I said, man, I can't wait till tomorrow at least. And I didn't know Arkansas got a game today. I'm watching Arkansas game. I'm watching Missouri game. So I get to watch them while I'm driving. I'm like, yeah, I'm excited. It's been so bored lately. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I think Jason Haynes scored the first touchdown.
Ooh.
This is my belief. I got to say between, much I love Kobe Prentice, but I think it's between Jason Haynes and Kendrick Law that scores the first touchdown. This is between those two. And I feel like Kalen DeBoer, as smart as he is, Jalen Milroe will play the first and second quarter. I feel like Ty Simpson will come out third quarter. Third or fourth. But I'm thinking, if it goes like I think it's going to go, and we're going to dominate, I ain't saying it won't be just a shutout, which I hope it be, but I think Jalen Milroe will play good enough to where, but we will show that he's improved. In first and third quarter, he's going to do his thing, and Ty Simpson is going to come out in third quarter, and fourth quarter going to be cleanup for Austin Mack and Dylan Longer, maybe.
Well, let me ask you this before you dip out. I'm with Jay calling from Texas by way of Pensacola. What would, and this is for everybody inside the undefeated. Okay, listen up. What would make the stadium just erupt in the first quarter? What would make the stadium absolutely erupt in the first quarter? I'm gonna tell you what.
I'm gonna say.
Go ahead. What do you think, Jay? I'll go after you. Go ahead.
I think if we break off a run, the first play, break off a run and go for 99 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to say, okay. Let's say something that'll just make the stadium just go crazy. Hey, Thomas, you stole what I was going to say. Is TJ Finley, okay, Western Kentucky gets the football, right? You're at the 20. TJ Finley, back to pass. What's he going to do? He throws it, pick six by Xavier Brown. If can you imagine? Because everybody's talking about, these guys can't do it, the corners. What if Xavier Brown pick six? Like first possession, the stadium will explode. And then second to that, if they're on the offensive side, somehow Ryan Williams comes in and scores a touchdown. It doesn't matter how, doesn't matter what, the stadium will blow up.
I agree.
Right? Like with cheers as loud as you could hear. So those are the two things that I'm looking for. Anything else that you want to hit on, man, before you dip out?
Yes, I know I talked about this. I am excited for special teams. My opinion, special teams is what starts the game. Special team is what gives the team momentum. Mm-hmm. If it's not for special teams, the momentum starts with the special team. Mm-hmm. If we get the ball, whoever's the kick, punt returner, and kickoff, and if they get a good enough run to where maybe they go to the 50-yard line, that's an advantage.
Yeah.
That's momentum for the team.
Yep.
So I'm excited for the team.
All right, man. Will you be safe on the road? You call again, and we will catch up with you soon, man. We got football today, so we'll be in touch. All right, Jay?
Have a good day. Roll Tide.
All right, Roll Tide to you, man. I appreciate you. Hey, if I didn't get your call today, I will get your call tomorrow on the Score Prediction Show. I'm going to take calls tomorrow. So thank you so much. And, of course, calls on Saturday, calls on Sunday as well. We're turning on the call-in line as we getting things going right here on Bama Football on YouTube. We made it. We made it to college football season. We survived together. I appreciate you guys supporting the product. Become a fan funder. Think about it. I appreciate your consideration. Only $2.99 to support the product. Definitely super chats go a long way. Thank you very much, David, for hooking us up today. If you want to be a sponsor of the show, nmpreps@gmail. You'll see it on the bottom of the call-in line banner. I appreciate you guys. Please have an amazing day. Enjoy this beautiful thing that we have called life. Be good people out there. You know where to find me right here at Bama Football on YouTube. Also on Spotify, Facebook, TikTok, all the spots. We'll go over the depth chart one more time tomorrow. Hey, Kevlar, appreciate you, man. Don't catch many live streams, but still supporting and never misses an episode. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you hitting us with a buzzer beater. The back end. As the buzzer beater, man. I appreciate you, JS Webb. Everybody go watch that. Coach Saban. Hey, homework, okay? You got to laugh. So your homework is to watch this Coach Saban commercial. Verbo, okay? Hey, Verbo, if you want to sponsor me, that's cool. That's your homework. I love you, fam. Have an amazing rest of your day. News as it happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Kevlar's been a fan funder for 21 months, man. Damn. That's your homework. Verbo, Coach Saban, Jarvis, Romeo, Brian, Chad, Marcus, Rocket Sound, Amanda, Kaylin, JS Web Production, everybody up in the undefeated. I appreciate you guys one more time. From beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Henry with the buzzer beater as well. Kyle Anderson, Bama Football on YouTube. Can I get a Roll Tide? All right, I'll see you, fam. I love you guys. Catch up with you soon as news happens. Or